On today's IRS tax refund update, we will take a look at the latest developments, including the next rounds of tax refunds scheduled to be released by the IRS. And from there, with just a little over than 3 months to go until the start of the next tax season, we will recap some of the ongoing delays impacting tax filers still waiting on this year's tax refunds, including some of the more common delays being experienced. Now, starting off with the latest, as the next rounds of tax refunds are scheduled for release on October 20th and 27th, as confirmed by the tax transcripts seen here. And if you are part of these latest refund batches and have chosen to receive that refund via direct deposit, you should see that refund post to your bank account by that refund date, and in some cases possibly before, depending on your bank. But do allow 5 additional days after the refund date for it to post to your bank account before initiating a payment trace with the IRS. Meanwhile, those who are receiving paper checks should receive it in the mail within 7 to 10 days of that refund date. And do note, not all refund status results will update, so it is important to check your tax transcripts to confirm you are part of the latest refund batches. Moving on to other issues impacting tax filers waiting on their tax refunds, including encountering the yellow action required message when checking their refund results online. And there are 2 top reasons why this is happening. Starting out with, the IRS has identified a possible issue with your tax return, which will result in them mailing you a letter requesting further information. And the likely cause of this is the IRS computer system has identified an issue with the wage or withholding amounts you filed on your tax returns and needs documentation from you to support what you entered on your tax return, such as a W-2 or 1099, along with copies of pay stubs. Now, while in past years, tax filers had no other choice but to mail those documents to the IRS, in recent years they are allowing those forms to be uploaded online, which will reduce the wait and processing time. We are still hearing from a number of viewers who are still experiencing delays due to the need to complete ID verification in order to have their tax return fully processed and refund released, and are often encountering the action required message box, as seen here, when checking on the status of their tax refund. And a problem some viewers are reporting is not receiving in the mail the necessary IRS letter, which is needed to complete ID verification online. Now, this notice, the 5071C letter, is the most common letter being sent out to those impacted by ID verification, and again is necessary to complete the verification process online, as it contains a control number which must be entered online to start the process. However, what several of our viewers have reported is they have been forced to contact the IRS by phone to have a notice sent out to them after they never received it in the mail. And until the verification process is complete, the refund will be kept on hold as a result. For those who are impacted by ID verification and have not received that notice and do not choose to wait for a replacement letter to be sent out, the other course of action would be to schedule an appointment at your local IRS office to complete the ID verification process in person. However, it is important to schedule an appointment beforehand and to bring in all requested paperwork, including valid photo identification and a copy of your recent tax returns to complete the process. Also, do note, if you complete the ID verification process online, it will say after successful completion to allow up to 9 weeks for processing. However, based on viewer feedback, that time frame has been closer to around 3 weeks. As more refunds are being sent out by the week, also come additional reports of adjusted tax refunds, which can be due to a variety of reasons such as past due tax debt, past due child support, rejection of a tax credit being claimed, or miscalculation on the tax return in question. Now, as it pertains to several of these adjusted refunds, the affected tax filers will receive this letter, the CP-12, notice from the IRS detailing the amount of the adjusted refund and reason behind the adjustment, and it will allow the tax filer to appeal the decision made within 60 days of the notice. However, if there is no appeal, you should receive that refund usually around 6 weeks. Let us know in the comment section below about your ongoing tax issue. In the meantime, we will keep monitoring the situation for further developments, so make sure to click on the thumbs up and subscribe button below for future updates on this channel, and thanks for watching.